Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here once again with another video on The Flash Season 5. So since the beginning of The Flash, all the way back in Season 1, we have been introduced to a plethora of different speedsters from different Earths and different time periods as well, ranging from Reverse Flash all the way to Nora Allen. But the most interesting speedster that we have had on the show, and the one that always gets people excited when there is a slim possibility of them showing up again, is actually a speedster we've only seen twice in the entire run of the show, and that is the speedster from Earth-19, that being the Accelerator Man. Now, I didn't say the Flash from Earth-19, mainly due to the fact that it is still unclear whether he is actually the Flash from Earth-19. In the comics, yeah, he is, and HR refers to a Flash from Earth-19 when he's on the show, but it's still unclear whether he is that Flash that HR was referring to. Anyway, now we will go over some other topics in this video, but let's of course start with all the Accelerator Man stuff. But of course, be sure to let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions on this topic, because I am interested to see what you guys think, because, you know, Accelerator Man is always a interesting topic to talk about. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like and it shows support, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. So as I said, we had two episodes in which we had the pleasure in meeting the Accelerator Man from over on Earth-19. The first of these was episode 14 of season 3, which was when we saw him meeting up with Gypsy. And the whole setup for this meeting was that Accelerator Man had sent out Gypsy in order to hunt down another breacher over on Earth 2. And that of course is where Gorilla City was, so this is where we end up with Gypsy taken over by Grodd. So yeah, bad luck there, Gypsy. But after this, she meets back up with Accelerator Man and hands him pictures of that breacher who has been captured. This was the moment in which we saw him speed off, and we saw that purple lightning, which made many people freak out. And to this date, we still don't have an understanding of what the purple lightning means on the TV side of things. Of course, we had Iris have purple lightning when she was a speedster last season, but the producers literally said that that was just an aesthetic choice to play off her suit. It wouldn't have looked good if she had that suit that she was wearing and it was yellow or red lightning. It was literally just to make it look better. So that had nothing to do with the connection to the Speed Force. So who knows what the purple lightning has to do with the Accelerator Man? Will we find out? Probably not. And the second appearance of the Accelerator Man came in episode 20 of season 4. You know, blaze it. And we knew he would be showing up in this episode before it even happened, due to a picture from behind the scenes from the director for that particular episode. So we thought that this could be an episode where we might not spend a full 5 minutes with him or anything like that, but just a scene in the episode where we would see more of him than we did in that first episode. But what we actually got was almost a big middle finger to viewers who are excited for his highly anticipated return, as he appeared in an almost blink and you will miss it moment when Gypsy and Cisco are in the collector agency building. So all you really see is maybe a second of him walking before speeding off and us seeing the purple streak of lightning. That's all we got from him in regards to that appearance. Which, yeah, I wasn't very happy about that, and I'm sure most of you weren't either. But following this, many people have been wondering if they are actually ever going to do anything with this character that is of any significance, rather than just random short cameo appearances once every now and then. Will we actually get to learn more about the Accelerator Man and spend some quality time with him, maybe learn who he actually is? Well, let's go over what they could do with the character going forward, and where exactly he could show up next. Well, I think if we were going to pinpoint in episode 4, season 5 of The Flash, the upcoming season, in which we could see the return of the Accelerator Man, you would have to think the 100th episode would be the one for that one to happen. So that will be episode 8 of this season, which would normally be the crossover episode, but this year the crossover episode will be in episode 9. Now, I don't know if they moved that specifically for Flash to have a proper individual 100th episode, or if they just now decided that episode 9 was a better episode to have it in. Who knows? Anyway, my ideal 100th episode for The Flash would just be a ludicrous episode in which it is just a speedster bonanza. So all the speedsters, or at least the majority of them that we have met over the course of the show, coming together for a common cause. In the case of this, you would think it could be, something to do with saving or protecting the Speed Force or something like that. So you have all the good and bad speedsters all back to help. Yeah, I know, it sounds corny as hell, having the good and bad working together just to save the Speed Force, but I think it would be cool to see all these speedsters on screen at one time, and, they've done cornier things on the show that have still been pretty cool to watch, so I don't think it'd be that much of an issue. The other option as to when Accelerator Man could show up again in season 5 could be an episode revolving around a possible return of Gypsy on the show. Now, of course, Cisco and Gypsy split up, but it was left in an almost grey area where both still cared about each other, and it was just their current circumstances with life and work and stuff like that that was keeping them apart. So there is still a pretty wide open door for Gypsy to return. So this could allow us to visit Earth-19 again and not only hang out with Gypsy once again, but also the Accelerator Man. But even then, he is a member of the Collector Agency and they are allowed to travel to other Earths. As we know, in Earth-19, there's a rule where you can't, travel between Earths. They're allowed to because they're bounty hunters and they work for that agency. So he could just come over himself to Earth 1, and that could be the way in which we get to see him again. But obviously, do let me know of any other options that you have in regards to how you think Accelerator Man could show up again in The Flash next season, or this season, season 5, that's what I'm referring to. So I have just two more things I wanted to quickly give my thoughts on. The first is around the news that was going like bonkers last week, and I guess early this week as well, even though I'm pretty sure that all of this was said at Comic-Con. Anyway. And that news was around how Wally West would only be in 3 episodes this season, one of them actually being the premiere, that being episode 1. Now, this doesn't come as too much of a surprise, but the showrunner for The Flash, that being Todd Helbing, did say that Wally would have a storyline throughout these episodes, which I thought was interesting. As you would have to think that the 100th episode will also be one of these episodes that Wally will be showing up with, and then maybe one of the last episodes or later episodes for the season would be the final one of these 3. So what kind of storyline could they have for Wally in those 3 episodes when they are spread so far out from each other? So that's like what, episode 1, episode 8, and then maybe like episode 20 or like 21, if maybe not the finale, which is 22. And my personal opinion is that this story will be them writing Wally out of the show. Basically what they did with Roy Harper, but yeah, a bit more spread out. Kenan Lonsdale is focusing more on his music side of things as well as just being in movies, so when he isn't the main focus of the Flash show, and he isn't really written that well to begin with, to be honest, it makes sense that he would just, move on from the show. Obviously it sucks that we are losing Wally West, but I think it is for the best, and they could send him out in a pretty cool way this season, if they do it correctly. Obviously he might not be leaving, but I can't see a reason why Kenan would stay, when I don't think the show really shows him that much respect. But I guess it's just like a watch this space sort of thing, but I just have a feeling that Wally's going to be written out of the show. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was actually the Flash movie. Now, I was going to do a separate video on this, but there wasn't really that much to talk about right now, so I'll probably wait till more stuff comes out about it. So reportedly, the Flash solo movie will begin filming early next year and will be all wrapped up around May next year as well. So, the filming's going to go for like around 3 to 4 months. And this filming is apparently meant to be split over Atlanta in the United States, as well as the Warner Brothers studios over in London. So Atlanta would almost serve as Central City by the sounds of it, while all that London stuff would be all the CGI and indoor scenes for the most part. Now, it was rumoured that the movie was being eyed to film in Vancouver, but that is where the DC TV shows film, obviously that including the Flash show. So I would have been shocked if that ended up being true, as the movie would have been filming there at the exact same time as the TV show would have been wrapping up as last 5, 6, or last third of its episodes. It would have been sort of weird, but yeah, with that movie production approaching, we should expect to hear more casting news and adding to the already cast characters of Barry, Iris, and Henry Allen. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on all the different topics I talked about, but mainly the Accelerator Man stuff, like what do you think is going on there? And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.